Also, if you're a YouTuber of any size, then please pause now and make a reaction video for this video. It's free content for you, and it helps both of our channels grow.
Excuse me, what the actual f*** are you doing in my house?
Hey guys, it's Northeast Benefactor. So, it's been a bit. Listen, I know I should have kept up with the EWOW release schedule, but you can't expect me to make a good video when I haven't had any motivation. Luckily, I'm back now, so take that, haters. This video will only talk about things that happened between EWOW 5B and EWOW 7A, so I won't be quote-unquote predicting the future. I've made excuses for long enough now, so let's not get right into my response, since I have some things to talk about first. A recent change to EWOW parts is that they now show contestant grids for live contestants only, meaning I have some new neighbors. Up in the corner, you'll see Nabata that you know lol, a frequent commenter on my channel, and the creator of my wiki page on twa.me. There's also Notarock, who claims to be Bababna's main account, as supported by Notexi. Speaking of Notexi, they're also on my screen, and one of two people on my screen to be on 5 lives, the other being Normal Person Normal Name. The only remaining people from my original grid are the contestants beginning at Noodly and ending at Norse Code, which really puts into perspective how many of my original neighbors have gotten out. Now, on to the other main thing mentioned in EWOW 6A, which involves the cheating that's been going on. Contestants who have been found using alt accounts, voting up their response with other accounts, or convincing other people to vote for their response have lost 1 or more lives. As you may know, this happened to fellow EWOW documenter Jolly Pikachu, who was using the account Ringcrat02. It's a shame people would be willing to cheat just to gain an advantage in a silly YouTube competition. But I feel that cheaters shouldn't be harassed for it, because, well, it's only a silly YouTube series. I don't condone cheating, of course, and I don't wish to continue on this topic, so let's pivot to EWOW 6B, which is sure to be much happier. The prompt for this episode was, give a false reason for a true fact. A nice and simple one, much better than the previous one. I knew I wanted to make something science adjacent, so I thought of the theory of relativity. I decided to go with Einstein proposing it as my true fact, and I'm not really sure why. Remember last time when I said, and I think it's one of my best yet? Yeah, that sure wasn't true lol. For my false reason, I obviously went with the wrong inspiration for the theory. I knew the theory of relativity was related to gravity, and I thought a pun on relative would be fun, so I went with, inspired by his attractive cousin, Einstein proposed the theory of relativity. Looking back on this, I did not cook bro. Hopefully the pun would be good enough to keep me through with my dear precious lives intact. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong with this response. Luckily, it seems like it was decent enough to let me survive. Scoring 64.68%, I placed 466th overall, a general improvement from last time, which is always nice to see. My standard deviation this episode was up to 29.33%, however, no idea how that happened. Hang on, what's that sound? Alright, listen. As hard as it may be to believe, I genuinely didn't mean anything weird by this response. It was mostly due to bad phrasing that it came off how it did. Luckily, it seems like enough people found it funny enough to keep me in. I garnered an impressive 26 votes this time, which makes sense since there are less and less responses every time, so mine shows up more often. I'm not super pleased with my performance this time, but it isn't bad. The next prompt involves creating a slogan for an object running for president, which is surprisingly topical. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of pun responses this round, and my response is definitely no different. I don't think it's a bad response, but it isn't anything too special. However, if you thought my survival was shared across the different documenters, you're in for a rude awakening. Quirky Burger, Writer 24. Jolly Pikachu, the Random Ben, Discrazit, and Sand-Colored Sky all lost a life this episode. This puts Disc at 4 lives, SCS at 3, Quirky and Ryder at 2, Ben at 1, and resulting in the elimination of Jolly. However, there is some good news for the documenters. Villager Slime and the other 89 doges both managed to prize this round, putting them at 4 lives and 3 lives respectively. Also, if I want to get a little selfish, this also means that I am now tied for the most lives of any documenter, alongside Discrazit and Villager Slime. Overall, however, us documenters took a major blow this episode. In terms of other documenters, we have a few new ones. Digital Potion and Clown Forever have both started their own series, and you should check them out. Fox Rish is also working on one to be released eventually. Overall, however, the EWOW community has been kind of quiet on the YouTube side of things. I'm guessing people are losing interest now that the competition is thinning. Anyways, that's all I have to share today. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.